if they are voted to power. That was met with an equal rebuttal from the Congress party. Meanwhile, Yogi Adityanath lashed out at Mallikarjun Kharge for calling him Atanki for the comments that were used against the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister. Listen in to those water words.
Yogi Adityanath, वो तो ऊपर से साधुओं का वेश पहनते हैं। जो साधु संत होता है वो सबके लिए होता है, बाटो काटो में क्यों जा रहे हैं? हाँ, लोगों को बोलते हैं बटेंगे तो कटेंगे, ये साधु का काम है, नाथ पंथ का काम है। अरे ये काम कोई टेररिस्ट बोल सकता है।
या तो सन्यासी कपड़े डालते हो, गेरुआ डालते हो, पॉलिटिक्स से बाहर हो जाओ। एक तरफ गेरुआ कपड़े डालते हो, दूसरों को उपदेश करते हो, बटेंगे तो कटेंगे बोलते हो, लोगों में विष भर रहे हैं, तोड़ने का काम कर रहे हैं।
इनकी चाची और इनकी बहन भी उस निजाम के रजाकारों के द्वारा उन्हें जलाया गया। खड़गे जी सच्चाई को नहीं बोलना चाहते क्योंकि उन्हें लगता है कि निजाम पे आरोप लगाऊंगा तो मुस्लिम वोट खिसक जाएगा। जिस निजाम के रजाकारों ने निर्ममता के साथ हिंदुओं का कत्लेआम किया था हैदराबाद के अंदर, हैदराबाद रियासत के अंदर गांव के गांव जलाए गए थे, उस सच्चाई को खड़गे जी आज स्वीकार नहीं करना चाहते। वोट बैंक की खातिर अपने परिवार के बलिदान को भूल गए हैं। इनके लिए सत्ता महत्वपूर्ण है, देश महत्वपूर्ण नहीं। और इसीलिए बहनों और भाइयों में कहता हूं, इन निजाम का दुस्साहस इसलिए हुआ था क्योंकि आप बटे थे।
मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, क्या अकोला जिले के ओबीसी के लोग आप बीजेपी को वोट करोगे जो तुमको बोलते हैं? आप बीजेपी को बनाने का समय आ गया है, बीजेपी को बनाने का समय आ गया है।
जिस प्रकार की टिप्पणी भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर नाना पटोले ने की है, इससे हैरानी नहीं होती। ये तो जनता को भी नहीं बख्शते। तो कांग्रेस की ये मोहब्बत की दुकान नहीं, कांग्रेस के पास केवल नफरत का सामान है और केवल गाली गलौज की जुबान है।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath doubling down on that attack on the Congress party, the Razakar reference that he had made, talking about the ancestors and the predecessors of the Congress party, that has been reiterated once again in another rally that Yogi Adityanath addressed in Maharashtra.
खड़गे जी, मेरे ऊपर गुस्सा मत करिए, मैं तो आपकी उम्र का सम्मान करता हूं। आपको गुस्सा करना है तो निजाम पर करिए, हैदराबाद के निजाम को। जिस हैदराबाद के निजाम के रजाकारों ने आपके गांव को जलाया था, हिंदुओं की निर्मम हत्या की थी, ये सच्चाई रखिए। आप वोट बैंक के लिए इस सच्चाई को देश के सामने रखने से कोताही कर रहे हैं।
Aman now joining us live, getting us more details from poll-bound Maharashtra. Aman, Yogi Adityanath there hitting back in equal measure as far as the Congress president's attack went against him.
Expected, Puram. This was Yogi Adityanath was here today in Maharashtra. For the first time after these comments were made by Mr. Kharge against him. First, Mr. Kharge had questioned his attire, his different attire. Then he had also, poked fun in a way at his physical appearance, and then had said that his batoge, katoge kind of comments are made by terrorists. Why is the chief minister, an elected chief minister on a constitutional post, making such remarks? So clearly, Yogi Adityanath was expected to react to these comments when he was in Maharashtra today for 3 rallies, and he very much has taken on Mr. Kharge on these remarks, and the BJP camp feels that more Mr. Kharge and more that the Congress leaders attack the BJP on the slogan of "Ek hai to safe hai" or "Batenge to patenge." They are making the BJP's job easier of consolidation of the Hindu vote in a way, the OBC, SC, ST vote, general caste coming together. It helps the BJP's cause, so BJP feels. In fact, some leaders saying that the Congress is falling into the BJP's trap here by trying to take on the likes of Yogi Adityanath and even the Prime Minister's slogan of "Ek hai to safe hai." Even the Prime Minister today at his rallies in Maharashtra, so far the 2 rallies he has been to, he has again reiterated this comment that "Ek hai to safe hai." In a way, BJP is trying for this consolidation because it feels that, what went wrong in the Lok Sabha for it was that the Maratha, Muslim and the Dalit consolidation happened for the Maha Vikas Aghadi. These two slogans now, "Batenge to patenge" and "Ek hai to safe hai," is trying to bring back the Dalit vote into the camp of the BJP, along with some section of the Maratha vote also, given that Eknath Shinde is the Chief Minister and the Maratha face, in a way, of this Mahayuti alliance.
And Aman, there was a new twist that was given by the Prime Minister as well to this "Ek hai to safe hai" message, isn't it? He linked it to reservation as well today, to going on to say that the Congress will snatch your reservation if you don't unite and if you get divided into these castes.
Well, absolutely. And, there is a twin message, Poonam, rightly as you say, that the Prime Minister is trying to say "Ek hai to safe hai" is to keep all the castes together. He's saying that Rahul Gandhi is trying to pit one caste against the other in the name of a caste census, and that is what is not all right. What Prime Minister is also very, very clearly saying that, look, if we remain together, nobody can take away our reservations. He's raising this point, which has been raised many a time in this election, that the Congress wants to give 10% Muslim reservation, that they have tried it in other states like Telangana, like in Andhra Pradesh. So they will bring that to Maharashtra as well if they are voted to pass. The whole Ulema Council letter, which had come out, with Congress denied even accepting it or acknowledging it, but still, that narrative, I think, has gained ground in Maharashtra, that the Congress is trying to do appeasement politics. And Amit Shah saying at one rally that if they take away 10%, if they want to give 10% Muslim reservation, तो किसका कम होगा? He said किसका कम होगा? SC, ST या OBC के reservation से निकालकर reservation Muslims को दिया जाएगा. That's what Amit Shah said. So the BJP is going ahead very much on this narrative to say that the reservation is in danger because of the Congress party, not because of the false narrative that the Congress spread during the Lok Sabha elections, that the reservation will go if the BJP comes to pass. BJP, in fact, turning the issue on its head and saying it is the one which is standing for reservation and protecting the constitution, while the Congress wants to do an unconstitutional thing of getting 10% Muslim reservation, which will deprive the SC, STs or maybe the OBC of their fair share in the reservation pie.
So the Prime Minister there trying to turn the tables on the Congress party as far as the reservation issue goes. For the moment, Aman, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Some political reactions though trickling in. Let's listen in.
इस देश को अगर खतरा है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी से है, जो भारत के अंदर गृह युद्ध करवाना चाहता है, और उसका नाम है राहुल गांधी, जो आज देश के अंदर अनरेस्ट पैदा करना चाहते हैं। और ये अनरेस्ट पैदा करके भारत में केवल गृह युद्ध नहीं कराना चाहते, गृह युद्ध करा करके भारत को तबाह और बर्बाद करने की सोच रखते हैं। लेकिन खड़गे साहब, ये मनसा आपकी पूरी नहीं होगी, क्योंकि बदला हुआ भारत का नौजवान जग चुका है।
खरगे जी ने स्पष्ट कर दिया है कि उनको हर वो व्यक्ति आतंकवादी दिखता है जो सैफरन पहनता है। खरगे जी ने स्पष्ट कर दिया है कि उनको सैफरन टेरर जैसे शब्दों को वो आगे लेके जाएंगे। ये वही कांग्रेस पार्टी जिनका शासन जब हुआ था तो उन्होंने हिंदू टेरर, सैफरन टेरर जैसे शब्दों का प्रयोग किया था। आज खरगे जी ने स्पष्ट कर दिया कि अगर उनकी सरकार आती है तो जैसे यूपीए की सरकार थी तो वो कम्युनल वायलेंस बिल लेके आएंगे, अगर उनकी सरकार आती है तो वो हिंदुओं को आतंकवादी कहेंगे। आज ये स्पष्ट हो चुका है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी हिंदुओं को और गेरुआ पहनने वालों को आतंकवादी समझती है। इसीलिए देश का सनातन समाज ने 2014, 19 और 24 में प्रो टेरर कांग्रेस पार्टी को जवाब दिया था और महाराष्ट्र के अंदर भी प्रो टेरर कांग्रेस पार्टी को जवाब देगी। कांग्रेस पार्टी की सोच, राहुल गांधी की सोच, मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे की सोच हिंदू आतंकवाद, सनातन आतंकवाद की है। इसको ये सनातनी भारत मुंहतोड़ जवाब दिया था, है और रहेगा।
देखिए, मैं खड़गे जी को सम्मान पूर्वक हर वक्त देखती हूँ, क्योंकि वो राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष भी है, उम्र से बड़े भी है। लेकिन मैं उनको ये सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ कि महाराष्ट्र और इस देश की संस्कृति में गेरुआ रंग बहुत ही हमारे लिए सेक्रेड है, हमारे लिए बहुत पवित्र है। आप उस पवित्र रंग को राजनीतिक रूप से ना देखें सबसे पहले, और दूसरा जो सफेद कपड़ा आप पहन रहे हो, जिस विचारधारा में आपके दिमाग में भी सफेदी आई चुकी है, आप जब लाल सलाम और लेफ्ट एक्सट्रीमिज्म की विचारधारा लेके अपने कपड़े को लाल कर रहे हो, उसका जवाब आप दे सकते हैं क्या मुझे? तो ये बहुत दुखद है कि जो उन्होंने कहा, और ये अपनी भारतीय संस्कृति के खिलाफ उन्होंने कहा, ये दुख की बात है।
कांग्रेस पार्टी लंबे समय से जाति जाति की रट लगा रही है, लेकिन एक नारा बटेंगे तो कटेंगे ने उनके सारे एजेंडे को फेल कर दिया है। ये एकजुट रखने वाला नारा कांग्रेस को इतना नागवार गुजर रहा है कि कांग्रेस अपनी मानसिक स्थिति को संभाल नहीं पा रही है, और इसीलिए कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता उल जुलूल बयान देने लगे हैं। और कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे ने तो आज सारी सीमाएं पार कर दी है। वो योगी आदित्यनाथ जी, जो हिंदू पीठाधीश्वर है, उनके प्रति जिस तरह की भाषा का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं, ये उनकी मजहबी तुष्टीकरण की सोच है। एक हिंदू संत को, एक साधु को गाली दे करके वो अपने मजहबी तुष्टीकरण और वोटों की गोलबंदी के एजेंडे को साकार करने का काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन देश का हिंदू समाज इसे स्वीकार नहीं करेगा। आज योगी आदित्यनाथ जी के प्रति की गई उनकी टिप्पणी कांग्रेस को बहुत भारी पड़ी।
सर, जिस तरीके से जो भाषा की इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं विपक्ष पार्टी, कांग्रेस के सीनियर लीडर मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे बोलते हैं कि जो भाषा हो रही है वो उस पर से लगता है कि योगी आदित्यनाथ जी आतंकवादी की भाषा इस्तेमाल करते हैं, कटोगे तो मरोगे। उस पर क्या कहना है?
देखिए, महाराष्ट्र के लोगों का, मैं भी कल से यहाँ पर हूँ, पूरे महाराष्ट्र के अंदर एक ही आवाज आ रही है कि दूसरी बार एनडीए की सरकार नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में बन रही है, और जब सरकार लोगों ने मन बना लिया है तो कांग्रेस के लोग बौखला गए हैं। कांग्रेस के लोग अभद्र भाषा का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, और काटने का काम और बांटने का काम कांग्रेस ने किया है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के अब इस झूठ को चलने वाला नहीं है, झूठ बिकने वाला नहीं है। ये सभी के सभी लोग भ्रष्टाचार की दलदल में फंसे हुए हैं, इनके ऊपर भ्रष्टाचार के एफआईआर दर्ज हैं, और जब भी ये इंडी गठबंधन की सरकार आती है, भ्रष्टाचार की गति तेज होती है।
You've heard the political war of words over Yogi Adityanath's comments and the response that came to the fore from Mallikarjun Kharge. But what exactly do the voters feel across Maharashtra? Now, we tried to get a sense if this slogan actually resonates amongst the voters. Is this something that they would cast their ballot on? My colleague Aman, in fact, went to Bhiwandi East, which is a constituency that is dominated by the Muslim population. What do they feel like? Do they feel threatened, as the opposition says, with comments like this? Listen in to what we found out.
First it was batenge to katenge, and now the big slogan of the BJP in Maharashtra is ek hain to safe hain. This is what Prime Minister is saying from the election stages, and the slogan which is being attacked by the Congress Party for being communal. Come to seats like Bhiwandi East here, about 80 miles out of Mumbai, and you realize that in Muslim dominated seats like these is where this slogan is seemed to be working on the ground and having a lot of resonance. Bhiwandi East, for example, is a seat with over 50% Muslim population. This is a seat which the NDA won in 2010 and 2014, but the Samajwadi Party won this particular seat in 2019, and again the Samajwadi Party candidate is representing the Maha Vikas Aghadi in this seat here. What the BJP is hoping for in such seats which have over 50% Muslim population is a consolidation of the Hindu vote on the other side and a victory in such seats. Will the BJP strategy work on these Muslim-dominated seats in Maharashtra? May well decide this election, but so far, "Ek hai to safe hai" seems to be the go-to slogan for the BJP in Maharashtra. तो भिवांडी का जो इलेक्शन है हमेशा बहुत टाइट रहता है, 1500-2000 वोट में डिसाइड हो जाता है, और इस बार भाजपा नारा दे रही है कि एक है तो सेफ है। तो आपको लग रहा है इससे कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा?
अरे भाजपा ये सब गलत बोल रही है। हाँ, वो तो खाली भाजपा हमेशा लड़ावे कोशिश की है ना। भाजपा तक की इसका भाजपा कुछ नहीं की जब से आई। हाँ,
आपको क्या लगता है क्या मुद्दा होना चाहिए इलेक्शन में?
मुद्दा का हमें काम चाहिए और क्या। हाँ, कुछ कह के दिखावा, कुछ कह के दिए ना।
जो काम करे उसको वोट दो, जात पात मत दो। जो काम करे उसको वोट दो, सही तरीका उसका है।
काम रईसियत किया, रईसियत को हम लोग दिया जाए। हाँ,
क्योंकि ये सीट 2 बार मुझे पता है शिवसेना ने जीती, इन्होंने पहली बार, समाजवादी पार्टी ने पिछली बार जीती, तो क्या उनके लिए काम करता? उन्होंने काम किया यहाँ पे, आपको लगता है?
बहुत अच्छा काम किया, ऐसा कोई किया नहीं था, कोई एमएलए नहीं किया। हाँ, भिवंडी का पहले एमएलए ये है। हाँ।
और आपको लगता है कि एक तरफ जब प्रधानमंत्री कह रहे हैं, भाजपा कह रही है एक हैं तो सेफ हैं, बटेंगे तो कटेंगे, तो दूसरी साइड भी हिंदू भी एक तरफ एकजुट हो जाएगा, तो क्या होगा इलेक्शन में अगर ऐसा होता है?
भाजपा तो हमेशा लड़ावे की कोशिश की हिंदू मुसलमान का ना। हाँ? हम कहाँ अलग हैं? भाजपा बताओ ना, हम अलग कहाँ हैं भाई? हाँ,
सब एक ही हैं तकरीबन,
सब एक ही हैं, कहाँ अलग है? तो भाजपा का सब राजनीति है। मोदी जी जब से आए, जब से खाली जुमलेबाजी की ही। हाँ, कोई काम कहीं के नहीं दिए।
On that note, we're slipping into a quick break here on this edition of Nation at 5, but news and updates continue, so don't go anywhere.
अच्छा बच्चों, बड़े हो की
You don't have a problem in Russia. We have. You don't have. You might have. Just sit down. Let's see. Hello, everybody. You want me to start? Should I start?
Все понятно, все слышно?
To protect our citizens from this global menace. But if we're going to solve many of the problems facing our world, then we're going to have to find ways to cooperate in pursuit of shared interests. And we're going to have to find ways to cooperate in pursuit of shared interests. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to have the president with us. He's been through a lot. He's been through a tremendous amount, like probably nobody else, almost nobody else in history, if you really get right down to it. And we're going to have a discussion and see what we can come up with. But great honor to have you with us. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Mr. President. Thanks so much for this meeting. 5 years last. We had a meeting again here in New York in September, and now there are a lot of challenges in Ukraine and
United States. And of course, I want to discuss with you. I think where we are together, I think we have a common view that the war in Ukraine has to be stopped and Putin can't win, and Ukrainians have to prevail. And I want to discuss with you the details of our plan. That will be interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have a question for the President? Anybody?
Why did you decide to leave?
I think it's me or to both us. Okay, thank you so much. First of all, it's very important to share all the plan, all our steps, how we can strengthen Ukraine. And of course, we have to decide it now, because after November, we don't know who is. Only Americans decide who will be the president. But we understand that till November, we can't stop Putin. We have to do it. We will try on the battlefield with our heroic soldiers. We understand that after November, we have to decide, and we hope that the strength of the United States will be very strong, and we count on it. That's why I decided to meet with both candidates with all honor to them. Thank you.
Mr. President, so what are your expectations about this meeting? So what I expect to hear from the President Zelensky, what are your expectations?
Say it a little louder.
What are your expectations from this meeting? What do you expect to hear from
Nothing. Look, this is a meeting, and we have a big race going on right now. And there's 37 days left. And
Welcome back to Nation at 5. And election campaigning in Maharashtra is at a fever pitch. We are now seeing Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, star campaigner for the Congress Party, make a pitch as far as a reservation comment of the Prime Minister goes. Rahul Gandhi now going on to say that if elected to power, caste census will be conducted and that the reservation cap will be made beyond 50%.
कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखा है समानता होनी चाहिए. इसमें लिखा है, इसमें लिखा है हर व्यक्ति को एक वोट मिलना चाहिए. इसमें लिखा है समानता होनी चाहिए. इसमें लिखा है हिंदुस्तान की संस्थाएं हिंदुस्तान की जनता की संस्थाएं हैं, किसी एक व्यक्ति की नहीं है. तो पहला काम जाति जनगणना, दूसरा काम ये जो 50% का बना रखा है, रिजर्वेशन का लिमिट लगा रखा है, इसको तोड़ के हम अलग कर देंगे, परे कर देंगे. हमें 90% वाला हिंदुस्तान चाहिए, जिसमें किसानों की रिस्पेक्ट हो, मजदूरों की रिस्पेक्ट हो, छोटे व्यापारियों की रिस्पेक्ट हो. आज 20-25 लोगों के पास हिंदुस्तान का पूरा धन है. छत्तीसगढ़ में हमने सरकार बनाई, हमने पहले ही वायदा कर दिया कि हम धान के लिए छत्तीसगढ़ के किसान को 3,000 रुपए देंगे. खत्म. और फिर चेक कर लो छत्तीसगढ़ के लोगों से जाके पूछ लो मिला या ना मिला. कर्नाटक में हमने कहा कर्जा माफ होगा, महालक्ष्मी योजना होगी, महिलाएं बस में फ्री जाएंगी. पता लगा लो हुआ या नहीं हुआ. तो मैंने मन बना लिया है, जितना पैसा नरेंद्र मोदी अरबपतियों को देगा, उतना पैसा हम महाराष्ट्र के किसानों को, मजदूरों को, गरीबों को देंगे.
Pallavi now joins us, getting us more perspective. Pallavi, the Prime Minister today accused the Congress of snatching away reservation by dividing people on caste. That's something that Rahul Gandhi has responded to now.
Yes, absolutely. And Rahul Gandhi's words today in Gandhi at that public rally, Poonam, makes it very clear that as far as the Congress is concerned, and he is concerned, whether it's Maharashtra, Jharkhand elections, or is beyond that, he's clearly made up his mind that caste census is something and reservation is something which is going to be integral to its politics, and that's where the flashpoint begins between the Congress and the BJP. The BJP has put out evidence to show that many Congress-ruled states have been proposing against reservation in the past. So why is it that Congress is indulging in double-speak? Rahul Gandhi's pitch is that while the BJP stands for entitlement, we are different. We are going to ensure that it's the backwards, the downtrodden, who benefit under the caste census, and reservation will go beyond 50%.
Right now, Pallavi, this is a pitch that Rahul Gandhi has made on multiple occasions that they would try and push the cap beyond 50%. But the BJP has often said that that's not possible, at least legally as of now. So this is just another way of the Congress trying to mislead the voter.
Yes, it's a decision which has been taken by the Supreme Court, that Lakshman Rekha has been drawn by the Supreme Court, and that's what the BJP says. That why are you making yet another promise which the Congress party will be finding it very difficult to fulfill? But also very significantly, just few days back, the Telangana government had begun their caste census survey. The timing is significant. The timing is interesting. It's obviously synchronized with elections going on in Maharashtra. In a state like Maharashtra, as we know, multiple castes, multiple structures, and Congress, in a bid to ensure it performs very well over here, is once again playing the caste card.
Pallavi, for the moment, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Shifting focus now to Karnataka, where there seems to be a proposal in front of the Karnataka government, in front of the Karnataka cabinet, to bring in quota, at least 4% Muslim quota for government contracts. Now, in the state of Karnataka, there exists a quota for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes as far as tendering contracts for government works is concerned. Now, there is a proposal as far as Muslim quota goes as well. While the Chief Minister's office has claimed that there are demands that are being made like this, but so far we haven't considered it. It has already triggered a massive political fight, with the BJP claiming this is nothing but naked appeasement and an insult to the constitution of this country.
भारत के अंदर पाकिस्तान बनाने के लिए हम मौका नहीं देंगे। भारत में संविधान चलेगा, शरिया नहीं चलेगा। संविधान सभा में उस समय क्या डिस्कशन हुआ, क्या नहीं निर्णय लिया, एक बार सोच लो। सोचेगा तो वो लोग मना किया है, मत के वजह से रिजर्वेशन देना उसको मना किया है उस समय डॉक्टर अंबेडकर जी। यहाँ ऐसा दे नहीं सकता।
Yet another proof of the vote bank politics and how vote bank first is the agenda of the Congress party. We remember how Manmohan Singh ji said that Muslims have first right on resources. Now it seems that this is the agenda of the Karnataka Congress government too. In civil construction work, contracts will be given preferentially to Muslims. This is the proposal being considered as per the media by the Karnataka Congress government. The Congress always puts vote bank first. Therefore, it snatched away the OBC reservation and gave it to the vote bank. It snatched away farmers' lands and gave it to the Waqf. This is what is happening in Karnataka. Loot and vote bank ka food. The politics of divide and rule by playing politics of vote bank.
Harish now joining us, getting us more details. Harish, as far as this proposal goes from the Chief Minister's office, the word is that at the moment it's not a proposal in black and white, but there are certain demands that are being made.
Well, there are two reasons for that. One, there has been severe backlash that the state government has faced after the Waqf controversy, and in the run-up to the by-election that's happening tomorrow, perhaps the government doesn't want to take chances and has possibly thought that it's best that if this proposal is put to cold storage. Because what we've reliably learned from sources is that this was discussed and there was a thinking within the government to have some sort of a decision in the upcoming winter session of the assembly that happens in Belgavi in December. And not just for Muslims, they also wanted to ensure that certain backward classes which haven't got reservation, they too are given reservation and increase the ceiling for contract up until 2 crore rupees. That was the thought process. But for now, looks like the Congress government in Karnataka has backtracked on this decision.
So is it really a backtracking then, Harish? Because it looks like there would be a provision that's made for this 4% quota. They're just trying to club it with everything else as well.
Yes, their argument, the state government's argument is that just like the reservation matrix that's present in government recruitment and in colleges and educational institutions, the same matrix will reflect in reservation given for contractors. This is to ensure that contractors from various communities get equal opportunities. That's the argument of the state government. But the argument of the BJP is that Muslim reservation given anywhere is unconstitutional, and the same is true even if it's for contractors. and they are saying that certain aspects are already challenged in court. So this is purely appeasement tactics by the Congress government to give 4% to Muslims and accommodate other few backward category communities. That's the argument coming in from the BJP right now. But for the time being, the Congress thinks that with the by-elections in 3 constituencies, this is not the area that the Congress wants to even defend or doesn't want the focus on this. And that is why you saw a very quick reaction that came in from the Chief Minister's office.
Right, Harish, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Reactions pouring in thick and fast. You heard what the BJP had to say. Listen in to the Congress's defense.
Was it required now is the question that many have, and it is also risking antagonizing bigger communities like the Wakaligas and Lingayats.
Congress believes in inclusive growth. Congress believes in advocating for all the sections of society. Congress wants to be the voice of voiceless. No doubt that we are for deprived sections. There is a reservation given to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and backward classes. Maybe seeing that the minorities are asking for reservation in the contracts as such, that maybe they are right to ask for it. But the government of Karnataka, that is headed by Siddaramaiah, will definitely go by the constitutional norms, and we will believe in inclusive leadership as such, inclusive growth of everybody. And these matters are today in a very primary stage where government is not advocated this matter. There might be a demand of a minorities, but Siddaramaiah will advocate the matter in holistically, taking everybody together and going. By making such statements, asking for demand for minorities for reservation contracts, maybe they are right. But Wakaligas and Lingayats and other communities, including backward classes, all have got right over the contracts or right over the education, right over the other issues connected to administration. But we cannot segregate it separately and say that it should be given to such and such a class or such persons. But Siddaramaiah's idea of giving reservation for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe is because they are all deprived sections. We want them to be a businessman, we want them to be a contractor, we want them to become an employer, so that they also be a part and parcel of the society, to have an equal society for everybody. On that basis, Muslims might have asked. Nothing wrong in asking, but deciding factor will come only by discussing these matters in the council or in the assembly. In a holistically, we'll discuss with all the leaders connected to it and take an appropriate step. As and now, the government of Karnataka has not taken any call on this. It is not the government's call at all.
Now, even as this controversy rages, there are several other controversies or alleged scams that the Karnataka Chief Minister finds himself in. The latest one is where Prime Minister Modi raked up a liquor scam that took place under the tutelage of the Chief Minister of Karnataka, is what the Prime Minister alleged. It's a scam worth 700 crore rupees, is what the BJP says. That controversy, coupled with every other allegation that the Karnataka government faces, was responded by the Chief Minister himself in an exclusive interaction with us here on CNN News 18. Listen to that.
Justice Dakunia also has put out the COVID scam in terms of details, and a report also has been submitted to the government. This is about and you say it's close to 2,000 crores that took place during COVID, and this is in the BJP regime. Will you be acting upon this? Will they be initiating a probe into this?
I have constituted a commission under the chairmanship of Mr. Michael Kuna. Kuna has given a preliminary report. According to the report, see, Mr. Yediyurappa and Sri Ramulu have purchased 3 lakh PPE kit from China without calling a tender. Though in Karnataka, the PPE kits are available, they have purchased it from China. Where was the necessity to purchase kits from China? See, the entire report given by Mr. Kuna is referred to Cabinet Subcommittee. The Cabinet Committee is yet to give the report to the Cabinet. After the report comes to the Cabinet will take a decision, and definitely we are going to take action against the persons who are erred.
So it looks like eye for an eye, scam for a scam. It looks like eye for an eye, scam for a scam. If they talk about Muda scam, you're going to talk about the COVID scam.
It is wrong, totally wrong. Where is the scam in Muda case?
Or for that matter, they talk about the Valmiki issue that came up.
Where is the scam in Muda? I mean, the Valmiki Development Corporation. They are making false allegations in both the cases.
So I need to ask you one more question, and this is about your minister, Mr. Zamir Ahmed, who's made a recent comment about Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy. It is a comment that has not been taken it is very serious of its kind, calling him names. Would you reprimand your minister for such kind of conversations or such kind of statements, calling Mr. Kumaraswamy Kalu Kumaraswamy?
Encourage all these statements made by Mr. Jamir. But he should not have made such statements. But Mr. Kumaraswamy is making false allegations always.
One last question on Channapatna, because that's the most interesting seat amongst the 3 seats in Karnataka. It's actually a fight where it's being seen between Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy and Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. D.K. Shivkumar on that particular seat. Nikhil Kumaraswamy standing there against C.P. Yogeshwar.
It is a fight between Yogeshwar and Nikhil Kumaraswamy. It is not a fight between me and Kumaraswamy or anybody else.
How confident are you to continue as Chief Minister of Karnataka?
Definitely, 100% I am confident. In 5 years, I have come confident. The Congress Party will be there in the power, and no guarantee scheme will be stopped. In all the 5 years we will implement.
And you will continue?
I will continue.
Moving on from Karnataka to Kerala now, where there seem to be more villages and more towns where land is being allegedly claimed by the Waqf Board. It started with Munambam, a village near Kochi, which we here on CNN News 18 exposed, how at least there were 400 acres of land that the Waqf Board had staked claim on. Now we're given to understand that there are similar cases that have come to the fore from Kannur and from Wayanad as well. In the midst of all of this, we saw protests that broke out in the capital city of Kerala, in Thiruvananthapuram, with Catholic groups especially coming out in solidarity with the families in Munambam fighting against the Waqf Board, wanting justice. The central government, in fact, also came to the fore and assured this justice after a BJP delegation met with Union Minorities Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju yesterday.
What you want me to say?
So, is it fair?
Everybody is entitled to their opinion.
But according to the Waqf Board,
so let them reply. Let them reply why I should intervene in this. I have told you earlier that I had a very short stint, but I had the charge of Waqf Ministry in Uttar Pradesh. And I mean, nobody who knows it, who has seen it from close quarter, can deny the fact that something needs to be done to put the house in order. So everywhere there is litigation, everywhere there are complaints. Everybody knows it.
നോട്ടീസിൽ പറയുന്നത് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടുന്ന് മഹല്ല് കമ്മിറ്റിക്കാർ നമുക്ക് നോട്ടീസ് അയച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. അപ്പം അവർ പറയുന്നത് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ഈ സ്ഥലം, ഈ വഖഫിൻ്റെ സ്ഥലം നമ്മൾ കയ്യേറിയിട്ടാണുള്ളത്. ഈ വരുന്ന 16-ാം തീയതിക്കുള്ളിൽ നമ്മൾ വേണ്ട രേഖകൾ ഹാജരാക്കി കൊടുക്കുക. പിന്നെ 19-ാം തീയതി സൂം മീറ്റിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്, അതിലും പങ്കെടുത്ത് നമ്മൾ രേഖകൾ ഹാജരാക്കി കൊടുക്കുക. ഉറപ്പ് കിട്ടിയപ്പോൾ സർക്കാരിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്ത് കൃത്യമായ ഉറപ്പ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. എന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ഒരിക്കലും ഇവിടുന്ന് കുടിയിറങ്ങേണ്ടി വരില്ല എന്നുള്ള ഉറപ്പ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. എല്ലാ രേഖയും നമ്മുടെ കയ്യിലുണ്ട്. നമ്മളിപ്പോഴും നീതി അടച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലമാണ്.
Former Union Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar, along with other BJP leaders, met with Union Minorities Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju yesterday. A letter was given to the Union Minister to apprise him of all of these cases and all of the towns where such Waqf Board claims have come to the fore. At last count, there were certain villages in the Kannur district, some in Wayanad and some in Munambam near Kochi. While the state government has said that this matter is sub judice and that those claims would be legally fought, protests have broken out across different parts of Kerala, with today we're seeing those protests in Thiruvananthapuram as well. The BJP, of course, using these cases to further the need for the Waqf Amendment Bill to be brought in. Remember, that bill is being deliberated by the Joint Parliamentary Committee. Stakeholders are being spoken to. The Joint Parliamentary Committee is expected to finish that process, submit a report before the next session of Parliament begins, which is the winter session. We'll get you more details from Kerala, and news and updates will continue here on Nation at 5. But for now, taking a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
You don't have what I live in Russia. We have, you don't have. You might have. We just sit out here. Let's see. Hello, everybody.
Всех приветствую. Все понятно, все слышно?
To protect our citizens from this global menace. But if we're going to solve many of the problems facing our world, then we're going to have to find ways to cooperate in pursuit of shared interests. And we're going to have to find ways to cooperate in pursuit of shared interests. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to have the president with us. He's been through a lot. He's been through a tremendous amount, like probably nobody else, almost nobody else in history, if you really get right down to it. And we're going to have a discussion and see what we can come up with. But great honor to have you with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much for this meeting. 5 years last. We had, yes. We had a meeting again here in New York in September, and now there are a lot of challenges in Ukraine and United States. And of course, I want to discuss with you. I think where we are together, I think we have a common view that the war in Ukraine has to be stopped and Putin can't win, and Ukrainians have to prevail. And I want to discuss with you the details of our plan that will be. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you have a question for the President? Anybody?
Why did you decide to leave?
I think it's me or to both us. Okay, thank you so much. First of all, it's very important to share all the plan, all our steps, how we can strengthen Ukraine, and of course, we have to decide it now.
Thank you for staying with us here on Nation at 5. We have some breaking news that's now coming in. Jharkhand goes to elections tomorrow. Highlights of the Congress's manifesto are now out. A caste-based survey, a census, is what the Congress is promising. There are several other guarantees on the lines of what they've promised in other states have also been promised in Jharkhand. Pallavi now joining us, getting us more details. Yes, Pallavi.
Well, as expected, the caste census or the caste survey, as the Congress Party is calling it, remains very much a main point as far as the guarantees are concerned. Apart from that, of course, free electricity. It also talks about money going into the accounts of the people. And the focus is, of course, on development of tribals and farmers. But whether it's Maharashtra or Jharkhand or whether it's beyond that, the caste survey is going to be something which is going to be staying with the Congress. The jury is still out, really, Poonam, on whether it's worked for the Congress. In Haryana, of course, the pitch hasn't clearly worked. But I think Rahul Gandhi is very convinced, if not now, at least later, people will understand why the Congress Party is insisting on a caste survey as a part of its guarantees. Because the only way you ensure that the real beneficiaries of the government schemes are those who deserve it the most. And that is only possible if you have a caste survey.
Now, caste is a big pitch that the Congress seems to be making. But just to put this in perspective, Pallavi, we had the India bloc, which is the JMM, the Congress and the RJD representation as far as Jharkhand goes. They, a few days ago, had released a Nyay Patra. What's the difference between that and what the Congress has released today?
Well, the Nyay Patra is more of a kind of a cumulative guarantee card which talks about providing justice. And as I said, the focus, of course, being the backwards and the downtrodden. See, the Congress's point is that while we may be a part of an alliance, and if you remember, the first Nyay Patra or guarantee card they had issued even in Maharashtra was under the banner of the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi. The Congress then again released a separate, its kind of Sankalp Patra a couple of days later. So as an important constituent or as a part of this alliance, whether it's Jharkhand or whether it's Maharashtra, the Congress also has to assert its identity. And it feels that a big ticket identity it can use to assert itself, of course, is the caste census.
Right now, Pallavi, the caste census push that the Congress is making as far as Jharkhand goes, that's something that they've been promising in Maharashtra as well. In fact, just a short while ago, we brought to our viewers what Rahul Gandhi said in Maharashtra.
That's right. I mean, see, the narrative over here is very clear, coming in from Rahul Gandhi, accusing the Prime Minister and the BJP of only thinking about the rich or about the entitled. And therefore, their talk about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is barely a lip service. Rahul Gandhi's pitch, of course, is to project himself as a messiah or a champion of the backwards, of the downtrodden, of who, according to him, no one even speaks about or talks about. And he says, jitni abadi utna haq, that's only possible once you have a caste survey, because we don't even know how many people belong to the OBC or the Dalit category. That's only possible if there is a survey which takes place. And that's where the benefit of the government, whether it's the state or the central government, can go to them. So pitching the Congress Party, and this is something you go back to the Indira Gandhi times, that's the logic which Rahul Gandhi is picking up. Let us position the Congress Party as one which cares about the backwards, in stark contrast to the BJP, to use the words of Rahul Gandhi, which only cares about the rich.
Right, Pallavi, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Shifting focus now to some international news. Donald Trump, the president-elect, has already started putting his team together. Even though he takes into the White House once again only in January, he's decided who his members of cabinet are going to be. Mike Waltz has been nominated as a national security advisor. What sources have told us, or confirmed to CNN, is that Marco Rubio is likely to take over as the Secretary of State. What's interesting is that both these choices are an advantage for India. Both of them are seen to be pro-India. NSA pick Waltz is the India caucus head, and Marco Rubio on multiple occasions in the past has criticized both Pakistan and China.
Let's talk more about the president-elect's choice to be his national security advisor.
Yeah, this is obviously a critical one, Anderson, given just everything that is going on in the world. The National Security Advisor's portfolio is often quite wide, and they are dealing with whatever crisis arises at the time. Jake Sullivan, Biden's National Security Advisor, of course, has been dealing with Russia's war in Ukraine and now Israel's war in Gaza. And those are likely to be two crises that Mike Waltz is going to inherit as Donald Trump's fifth National Security Advisor. Obviously, he'll follow a long line of the four that we saw Donald Trump have his first term in office, starting with Mike Flynn and ending with Robert O'Brien. Obviously, two there in the middle, H.R. McMaster and John Bolton, that Trump had fallings out with, including John Bolton, who is now one of Donald Trump's biggest critics and did not vote for him in the 2024 election. But Mike Waltz is a congressman from Florida. He is an ardent defender of Donald Trump's. He's actually the first Green Beret to ever serve in Congress. And so he's bringing that experience from the House Armed Services Committee that he chairs here with him in this position. And so that will be something that is critical as you're watching all of this take place and as he is in this position. I will say he is someone who backed Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the election in 2020. But when you look at it from a foreign policy perspective, which is what he'll be weighing in on from a West Wing office with Donald Trump in office, he certainly has more of a Mike Pompeo sense of the world than maybe more of a J.D. Vance kind of America First policy. So that is obviously something that we're going to be watching closely as to which ideology wins out when Trump is actually in office.
President-elect Donald Trump's Republican Party will control both houses of Congress when he takes office in January. Republicans had already secured a majority in the U.S. Senate, and Decision Desk HQ on Monday projected they would hold at least 218 seats in the House of Representatives, with 8 races yet to be called in last Tuesday's election. The red sweep will enable Trump to push an agenda slashing taxes and shrinking the federal government. His power will also be backed by a Supreme Court with a 6-3 conservative majority. The new Congress convenes on January 3rd, before Trump takes office on the 20th. Sources also said on Monday that Trump has selected U.S. Senator Marco Rubio to be his Secretary of State. Rubio was arguably the most hawkish option on the shortlist for the post. In the past, he has advocated for a muscular foreign policy to deal with America's geopolitical foes, including China, Iran, and Cuba. Those views have often contradicted Trump, who has accused past U.S. presidents of leading America into costly and futile wars and has pushed for a more restrained foreign policy. However, Rubio has softened some of his stances over the last several years to align more closely with Trump. The 53-year-old would be the first Latino to serve as America's top diplomat. By selecting Rubio, Trump may help consolidate gains with Latino voters made in the presidential election last week by sending a clear message that they have a place at the highest levels of his administration.
Shifting focus now, Rohit Shetty's Singham Again is not only getting rave reviews, but it's also making money at the box office. We, in fact, spoke with the man who's getting these rave reviews, the man who's been most spoken of as far as Singham Again is concerned, and that's actor Arjun Kapoor for his character Danger Lanka. I'll leave you with that exclusive conversation.
Singham Again has received a lot of love and appreciation.
Yes.
What do you have to say about it?
I'm very happy, grateful to reconnect with an audience that once allowed me to become Chokra Jawan from Ishaqzadeh to becoming today a menacing villain that they have enjoyed watching as Ravan, Danger, Lanka, however you want to call him. I'm just very, very grateful at this point. So living in the moment and enjoying this moment truly, that's it.
Do you look at Singham's acclaim so far as a new lease of life as an actor?
Whether I see it or not, I think people see it. And I think in this profession, you need to believe what people say. This tag of the comeback 2.0, I'm happy to take it all and grow with it. Yeah. मैं तो यही था. But कई बार होता है ना, you're not visible in the crowd, you need to do something to get noticed. I think Danger Lanka perhaps might be that fuel that ignites the excitement in more people wanting to see my work and more people wanting to work with me.
Absolutely. We could also see the fire in you when we saw you as Danger Lanka.
Quite literally.
Quite literally, yes. Who gave you the best compliment from the industry after watching this?
To get a message from Adi sir is always nice. And that's something that means a lot. He's very correct that way. If he likes something, he'll always tell me. And if he doesn't also, he'll also tell me. To get praise from him means a lot to me. I think from Ranbir Alia
Wow.
They're my contemporaries and I respect both of them professionally from the work that they do. Whether it's Varun, whether it's so many directors, Balki sir, a lot of people who reached out. I mean, specifically now, list ban jati hai phir naamon ki, it's not that. But yeah, in general, I think it's nice to have felt an emotion, even when you, let's say, for example, I went to see Citadel the other day for Varun's premiere, just to feel an energy and an emotion. People who might have not seen it are also happy for you. And I think that also matters. It's not always the people. Like Vicky, when he met me, we were at a Diwali party and the film had released that day and he hugged me. And I could feel that he's happy because he's somebody who I've spoken, or rather spoken about the film, etc. He knew. So you feel good when your contemporaries are cheering for you.
So you also met Shahid during the Citadel.
Yeah, and yeah, he also said the same thing. He said, congratulations, so happy he's doing well. The post that I've done, the comments to get Dulkar, Ayushman, Bhumi, all my friends, all contemporaries, also my fan clubs, also even, to be fair, like my family members and friends and even people who don't know me to reach out. Listen, getting compliments is always good. Sometimes you get it through the box office business, sometimes you get a message or two. I think there's just an energy where you feel people are happy for you.
True.
And they like your work. That combination is rare.
That's very true.
They like you, but they be like, "Acha, iska kaam pata nahi, abhi dekhte hain." Or they're happy for you, but the film doesn't pan out beyond a point. You know, here it seems like wo amalgamation sabka ho gaya achhi tarah.
Very true. You know, when this came to you, were you at any point a little skeptical because it has a lot of star cast as well?
No, I was happy. Yeah, that it's that kind of film that I would want to go to the theatre to watch. I've grown up watching ensembles. I've always loved watching these summer blockbusters. I have an affinity towards them, and the child inside me was very, very excited to go watch this film. Regardless, I was offered it or not, मैं देखने वाला था. मैं Singham का fan हूँ, मैं Simba का fan हूँ, मैं Suryavanshi का fan हूँ. It just felt like a perfect fit for me. Also because I was at that point in my career where I needed to take a chance and not think so much. Impulsively, I was excited. Rohit sir called me and made me hear the full film, gave me that respect and allowed me to make that choice. I took it impulsively and I said yes. And that was that. I was very, very happy about it.
Amazing. How much of Arjun can we see in Danger Lanka or vice versa?
Not too much. Would be very tough for Arjun to be there in Danger Lanka. I mean, to play Ravan. It exists within all of us at a very spiritual or a deep-rooted psychological level. We all have the devil inside us. We all have that side inside us that comes out spontaneously or momentarily. But it's not one of those things where I can say I projected what I have within me, because it's a very different thought process. I can never even understand a person operating from that level of angst.
Very true. Very true. Was it easy for you to switch on and switch off? Or did it take toll on you?
No, it didn't take. I mean, listen, okay, there are certain films, like I said, they're a bit more internal. I've been saying this in other interviews. Kuch roles hote hain where you have to go within, like you said, find from within. Like when I did a Sandeep or Pinky Farrar, it was something that did take a toll on me, because we were in the trenches for about 55-60 days shooting a film. We were living that. The conditions, as well as the director, as well as the circumstances created for the film to turn out a certain way.
A very good evening and thanks for tuning in to this edition of Plain Speak. I'm Kritsween Balia, and well, viewers, it's becoming clearer with each passing day that Khalistani terrorist Darsh Dalla's quote-unquote detention in Canada was nothing but a mere eyewash, since Canada has been facing internal pressure to not open a full-fledged probe against Dalla. The Justin Trudeau government is bound by several compulsions